recording. Okay, so welcome back everybody. You're watching the Gigabyte Dota Masters Tournament. Right now we've got MSI-EvoGT who have finally gotten in the game. We've gotten all of these awkward situations out of the way, and right now we have MSI-EvoGT on the Radiant team, and they're up against StarsBoba on the Dire side. Now StarsBoba, gods, they're a team I am very interested in seeing how they do, just because they were invited to the International last year, and they couldn't make it because of passport issues. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of damage they can cause.
Yeah, and they are a team who, they've got a big roster with 7 or 8 players, and that's partly because they have 2 or 3 players who specialise in Dota 2, and they've got a couple who only play Dota 1. So they're somewhat an interesting team in that regard, that they have people who specialise in both games. The only other, Orange actually do the same, except that's only with 1 player. They've got KYXY who focuses on Dota 1, while Yamata focuses on Dota 2. And we are going to see banned picks coming out. The jungle heroes, the Chen the Enchantress, the 2 main junglers being banned for StarsBoba, as well as the hard carry, the anti-mage. And I really don't know what to expect from these teams. I haven't seen either of them play Dota 2 yet.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Next here, though, the first pick. This is looking pretty stock standard so far. Anti-mage banned, the 2 good junglers, Chen and Enchantress also banned, the really strong junglers there. Silobear being banned again. The Beastmaster's a little different on the first ban there, but Furion as well, generally banned. But Lycan has managed to slip through the banning vault. This is why I'm kind of interested to see the fact that Beastmaster managed to get banned, and they let. I suppose for an early, if Beastmaster was looking for an early BKB or something, Beastmaster's Roar is something that would help shut him down in the fights, just because of the superior magic stun there. But I don't know. Do you think that StarsBoba are going to be able to handle this Lycan?
I think that it is going to be a big concern for them. They're going to have to decide what they want to do, whether they want to look to just go for a push strike or actually try and get some kind of carry that can deal with it in the mid to late game, because it is a hero that does need to be shut down. If he gets momentum going his way, if he gets out of control very, very quickly, because if he goes into a lane and gets up that fast, Vlad's, Medallion, whatever it is, he just keeps on farming, pushing, and he's a hero that you need to monitor, even more so than an anti-mage, because an anti-mage, you can give him that 5-10 minute window early on to farm, as long as you shut him down in the mid game. Lycan you have to shut down early on, because his power in the mid game is absolutely devastating.
And of course, he does trade that for the late game prowess that anti-mage will sort of stomp on him. But it's one of those things. It's that mid game timer where he just becomes so damn lethal and can just shred people, tear them to pieces. And he helps his team push immensely as well. Particularly if you're going with a lot of pets. If you've got a few heroes like Chen on the team, or even Furion with his trees, a few pets, bring them along, pop Howl, and suddenly you can just tear down towers without anybody even noticing. But we've also got Sand King and Crystal Maiden. I think 2 very solid supports, although we might actually see Sand King get a little bit of farm if they grab a second support. But in this case, I don't think so, because it looks like we'll probably have Darkseer, Suicide Solo, have Crystal Maiden and Sand King back up. Or actually, they might not even go together. We might just see Crystal Maiden roll with 1 player. Because, I mean, we saw this. We saw this with DK. It's the fact that they don't bother trying. It's just a 2-2-1 or the 2-1-2. They're quite happy to run that. So, I mean, there's no guarantee that we will be forced to see a 3-man lane up in the safe lane, I'm guessing. But if they do, or even if they go bottom, Crystal Maiden and Sand King would do pretty well. Just try, if they get an early advantage with, say, Morphling or something, they could just leave him and just go and roam and try and set up kills.
Yeah, they've got a lot of options with what they want to do, and even they could do what, I mean, we see DK doing, which is run those drill lanes. They could run Crystal Maiden with some kind of carry or semi-carry, and the same goes for the Sand King. They can run the Sand King with some kind of ranged sort of DPS hero, whether it's something like a Sand King Leshrac, and then CM with their carry, depending on what they want to go. They could go CM Morphling mid, Sand King Leshrac top. They do have some versatile heroes here. Sand King can even be played as a sort of semi-farmer as well, if they really want. And this way with the Queen of Pain tech, that's going to give them their mid-game burst damage, and a hero that can make room for Lycan, a hero that maybe StarsBoba will focus on shutting down, and that means Lycan can maybe find the farm he needs.
I think so. I think if they send the Crystal Maiden and Sand King bottom, I really would like to see it, just because it gives them a better chance to dick with Lycan if he's jungle. But like you said, I mean, actually we've talked about this. Lycan is probably better off lane. Do you think he'll lane in this situation so far? I mean, because he does farm fast when lane, just because the level 1 wolves are not particularly helpful. They can't take that much damage. They don't do much damage either, and they die pretty damn quickly. So I'm almost expecting him to lane, but if he doesn't, if he does decide to jungle, sending the supports into the bottom lane for the dive would give them a better chance of interrupting any farm that he wants.
Yeah, for me it's a bit about 50-50 as to whether they'll jungle him here or not. I mean, my personal preference is to just have him in the lane because of how much better he can farm, and the fact that even as a solo hero he can do very well against other solo heroes. But a lot of teams do still like to favor putting him in the jungle, but the sacrifice is always going to be having weak lanes, and that's generally when you see Lycan being picked up and lose. To me, it's always when he's in the jungle. It does provide a very big weakness in your team. Invoker, Earthshaker being banned, Invoker not even being picked up with the first 3 picks for either team, so both teams probably not favoring their skills with that hero. Another hero that hasn't been picked up is also the Pandering Brewmaster, which to me is a big surprise. I mean, one of those heroes that's just been picked up almost every game so far when it hasn't been banned, but 2 teams here once again deciding, no, we don't want to use it.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you said, it is a definite surprise, and I was talking about yesterday the fact that I came across an interview with Puppy from Navi, and he said he believes the Pandaren Brewmaster is the most overpowered hero in the game, bar maybe Lycan. He thinks he's one of the craziest. So yeah, to see it not first banned is pretty interesting. But I don't know, maybe they think they can just deal with it, or maybe they're just maybe they're just not worried about it, or maybe neither team really have a history of trying to use this. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know StarsBoba, obviously they go back to their Dota 1 roots, but as you said, they have got a slightly mixed lineup. That is very weird to have sort of a mixed squad rather than, because it means they can't participate in the same tournaments at the same time. So, I don't know. It seems very weird to have a mixed squad that's very different. But Void final ban there.
Oh yeah, Void, a bit out of nowhere. I think part of the reason is that some of their players don't have time to play Dota 2 as well, and they cannot practice Dota 1 but still compete in Dota 1 because they've been playing it for so long. But Shadow Shaman is the pickup for StarsBoba, so that's going to give them some pushing power in the early to mid game. Probably going to be their solo mid hero. Does do fairly well against the Queen of Pain. If it is going to be Queen of Pain at mid and Tidehunter for MSI, there's their big team fight hero with Tide, Queen of Pain. That's going to be a nice little setup for the Lycan if he gets up some nice early farm.
Indeed, indeed. Of course, Ravage is really, really damn good. Well, it looks like, at this point in time, it looks like that they'll probably have Tide as a support, but I mean, they might try and, no, it doesn't look, actually no, I'm going to take that back, I don't think so. It really depends where they run that Lycan, whether or not they're going to decide to run him in the jungle, if they're going to lane him, it really, really depends. But Rastra, I think, is a very solid pick, and right now the Dire lineup is looking very, very dangerous. They've got big AoEs, they've got really big scary AoEs, they've got a lot of teamfight potential, they can push pretty good as well, thanks to the Serpent Wards, and they've also got Mirana. Interesting. I wasn't expecting the last pick Mirana, but she's a pretty decent semi-carry. She can let them, of course, Moonlight Shadow is just such a great technical setup skill, and there we go, Batrider, alright. So I'm guessing Queen of Pain side lane solo, Batrider the solo mid just because he's pretty damn rough, and if you can get ganking early on, it's just because Queen of Pain as of late, we've seen her just go, you know what, I want to get to level 8 before I really bother my ult, and I just want to level, just want to get some farm happening, so she doesn't want to really get too active, you know, spend a lot of time running between lanes, but Batrider is just, you know, let's go and Firefly over there, grab someone with the lasso and get them killed. It is he's very gank happy. And if you listen to his lines, actually, he's a bit of a pervert too, always hitting on the women. But I am expecting the Queen of Pain to take side lane solid. But the question is, will they run Lycan in the jungle? In which case, if they do, Shadow Demon could back up the Titan, and they could try and farm the Titan, or are they going to lane the Lycan and just have the Shadow Demon and the Titan to try to look after him? Or, I mean, they could try and do something really weird and just send the Lycan, because I mean Navi have done this, they send their Lycan sideline solo, just, you know what, farm with your wolves or something, just go and sort of get levels, and you don't need that many items to be super effective anyway. We'll back you up in the early team fights. Now let's just change the scene, there we go, get rid of the camera. So any predictions though, line up though gods, which one do you like? I really like the Mirana ult on the die, but you, what do you reckon?
I think MSI have heroes that they used well, they've got the nice team fight. The Lycan is always going to be a hero that can cause a lot of problems, and if they lane this well, which I think they've got a bit of a plan worked out here. Whether or not Lycan's in jungle is going to be the key thing for me, but if they lane that Lycan with the Shadow Demon support, maybe even a Tidehunter there as well, I think they'll be looking pretty good. It's going to be Batrider soloing the top lane by the looks of it, and Queen of Pain at mid. Batrider can use the Firefly, go over trees, escape through the trees, so he does a bit better if he's up against a hard tri lane, whereas if Queen of Pain, even up against a dual lane, or tri lane, can really struggle to get near for XP and farm, where Batrider has a bit more survivability. This
is true, and of course, trying to chase Batrider is one of the quickest ways to get messed up. Running through Firefly, not a good plan for your health. Meanwhile, I noticed Lycan just doing some early scouting with his wolves, pretty much while he's sitting there doing nothing. He has also Ring of Protection and a Hatchet. I don't know, maybe he's hoping for an easy lane. I'm not too, honestly, it looks like he's going to jungle. What do you reckon with those items?
Those are jungle items there. He's going to probably summon his first wolves from base and then go into the jungle. He's just going to wait. And that way he gets his first wolf pretty much for free. They don't actually cost him any mana. and that'll help him jungle a bit faster. And yeah, those items he's going to be jungling with. I would have maybe thought he'd get one clarity or two with that, but he is going to go into the jungle. Shadow Demon and Tide, the dual lane that is going to be at bottom. Fairly weak dual lane. Tide actually not too many items. He's going for what looks to be pure support with his items. Just has 2 sets of tangos. I'm not quite sure what happened there, as they do have a flying courier right from the start.
I'm just checking the other items up top. Does anybody have wards, counter wards? I noticed, oh, there's a Sparrow Strike on top of Shadow Demon. Does get hit by the arrow. It lands. There's a 5-second stun. This should be a pretty easy kill. There is no backup at all. Crystal Nova also getting thrown down. And Sand King taking the first blood. This is pretty much going to give him, well, it's pretty much going to get their courier upgraded straight away. And it means they're going to be able to roam a lot easier straight off. Just that quick first blood makes it so much easier for Crystal Maiden and Sand King to get active. Now, and I like this. The fact that they're down here, not only do they have a really aggressive lane, obviously, as you saw, Burrow Strike or Crystal Nova or Frostbite can set up a nice big 5-second arrow, but at the same time, these supports, look at Lycan. He's screwed. Like, how is he going to farm like this? He's going to have these guys roving around his woods. This is just going to suck flat out for him.
Yeah, he's really struggling. His small camp has been blocked with that Observer Ward, and as a result, there's not much he can do. He can actually kill those trolls. That troll camp is really easy to kill as a Lycan compared to the other camps, so if he'd scattered that out, he could have gone for that right off the bat. And that would have got him a quick level 2, so I think maybe he didn't realize just what was there. CM Sand King are going to head mid, but guess what? Shadow Shan has already killed the Queen of Pain at mid.
I got that on camera. She just sort of sat there, took a couple of hits, and then just got zapped. I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah, level 2 Ether Shock. I mean, probably didn't anticipate for that damage. Queen of Pain, wow. Bit of a misplay there, and we'll TP back in, take another zap, and Shadow Shaman will probably bring out that bottle and look to getting those runes up, using that to just completely dominate mid lane and even gank some of these side lanes.
And it looks like Mirana being chased around by Titan. Titan are now terribly out of position, being backed up though. Gets up. What the? We have a very interesting
DC on. There was a disconnection by the Shadow Demon.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Oh, well, that would explain why these guys are good. Titan, I was wondering what the hell Titan was doing. He's like chasing like after 3 people. He must have been thinking, yeah, I've got some backup here, I've got some backup here, and then just, actually, it's over here. This is not going to be fantastic for them. So it looks like they're going to struggle just a bit. But I'm just wondering, where did his money go? Courier, upgrade courier. It's not that much. Maybe he did the wards as well. What did Shadow Demon start with? Shadow Demon's got wards. No, that's pretty stock standard cookie cutter build for supports. Maybe. Oh wait, Batrider's got. No. I'm honestly not sure. Did he? Maybe he pulled some. Maybe he pulled some consumables on Queen of Pain as well. And she's used them up already. I'm not dead sure.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe they sold something and lost some gold somewhere along the lines there.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 2 tangos is 180 gold. Courier, the courier upgrade. Yeah, actually, no, that does make sense. If you did the courier and the upgrade, no, that would make sense.
And Shadow Demon did buy the wards and then use the rest of his 400 gold. But just interesting that Tidehunter from the start flying courier. I'm not quite sure if that was the plan from the get-go. Is Tidehunter going to lane with just tangos? It's not going to give him quite what he needs in lane. He needs some branches. He needs maybe a clarity, just some HP, but the tangos alone not going to be enough.
As someone calls it, the Dire randomly fortified. I think there is actually a bug that you sometimes, pressing buttons sometimes accidentally activates the glyph, the fortifications. Yeah. I think there's also, and I mean we casted this, I think we did this, was it I might have cast this, it was either Arena Masters or it was the open qualifiers for GDM, but there was an issue where Shadow Fiend, every time he popped a raise, or every time he drank from his bottle, he would pop a raise just randomly, and vice versa. So it made it very frustrating for him. And a bit of a wide arrow there. I'm not sure if that's gonna hit him based on just Valve hitboxes. Have always Source Engine hitboxes are not fantastic. I will just throw that out there. They're a little iffy. And you may have noticed in the earlier incarnations of the Dota 2 beta, trying to path through trees was a complete and utter nightmare because you would be clicking on trees left, right, and center. It would cause your hero to completely spaz out. MSI calling, please wait. Calling, please wait. Also, guys, try not to ask for keys in the chat because Kral enjoys smacking people with a banhammer, so don't antagonize him. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. As apparently, Shadow Demon can't see health bars. Yeah, okay, that would be a pain in the ass. Jessica is saying, I'm not even sure that's... I'm probably going to call her a she at some point and realise it's actually a dude or something.
Jessica is a guy.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's one of the new players that is on their roster. I think he's only like 13 years old or something. Really, I remember talking with their manager about it. He's really young.
Wow.
Apparently one of their most skilled players at the moment.
Natural prodigy then.
Alright, they're ready.
Okay, here we go. Finally, okay, so we're going to watch Tyner about to get gibbed him, maybe taking a lot of damage from Miranda. That arrow did not indeed strike. Do we have a burrow strike up? Miranda should be able to run him down anyway, taking a third kill for the Dire side. I think they could have pressed the attack there on Lycan, or they weren't sure where Shadow Demon, full health Shadow Demon, where he was. So there we go, Kristen over and burrow strike on top of Lycan. Lycan in some serious trouble. There is the banish that should give Lycan enough time to get away. As CM still level 1, doesn't have a secondary disable at the moment. I think a smart banish there from the Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, Tyner are forced to walk all the way back to the lane. And in the mid lane, 9-2 for Queen of Pain, 8-1 for Rasta, although Rasta obviously has that kill, and he really is controlling. So obviously Rasta is going to have an advantage, just because the poke range and the CS, the fact that he can poke and CS at the same time with Aether's Jock, it is such a damn good spell. So I am expecting to win, but did not expect him to get that really early kill, and gods, he's just found himself a regen rune at top. Oh,
that's going to help him out a lot, and he's getting close. Well, he's not that close to level 6. He's only about to hit level 5 though, but still, he can just spam this Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain doesn't bottle soon. He's going to have to use that up right away to just stay alive in this lane. And Shadow Shaman quite happy to just throw constant nukes at the mid lane. Queen of Pain looks like he is going to bottle Crow this. He does have the courier still sitting there.
He might go for this.
Yeah, exactly, he might, as he can't actually use that regen because
oh, he's got this!
Nice. Oh man, the creep wave was there, and both go down, but Shadow Shaman's going to be happy with that trade.
Yeah, that was definitely a good trade. Gets the experience advantage, of course, mid lane, all about those levels as well, especially for a hero like Shadow Shaman and Queen of Pain. Levels, because they've got all these spells that they want to get levels in. It's just really, they have that really greedy there.
At the moment, Shadow Shaman is at level 6, Queen of Pain is only just over level 4, so a big difference between those two heroes. As bottom lane, Stun goes down, Sanking, and arrow launches on Shadow Demon goes down. Nice little game coming out from StarsBoba there, as they now up 5 kills for 1.
This is looking pretty grim for MSI. I'm not sure if they're going to... Oh, and again, Queen of Pain getting shackled. She's got only one creep wailing on her this time. This, I mean, that was a textbook example of why Shadow Shaman is so damn dangerous to dive against. Just because if he locks you down near the tower, or even just a creep wave like that early, you get hammered so badly, especially if you're kind of squishy like Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, on the top lane, though, we haven't really paid much attention to this. And here we go. Batrider trying to cause trouble here for Darkseer. In fact, he's going to go for it. He's got 5 charges. This could be a kill here, although he's under the tower now. They're both taking a lot of damage, but it looks like Bat should be able to escape safely. And he will pot up.
That is the power of Batrider in a 1v1 lane. As mid lane is a gank coming in, the tanking, and gone looking that Nemo and Rasta as well had to get the hell out of there. Shadow Demon overextending a bit at mid-tanking, going to get a stun on, Shadow Demon will go down again. Shadow Demon, 3 deaths in 5 minutes here. Not the best start for him.
As someone asked, where is the server? This is, oh, arrow! On top of Lycan, only a close range, but followed up with a frostbite, enough to bring him down. And I noticed somebody asking, where is this server? This is Singaporean, and Kral, our moderator, who works terribly over time, is indeed Australian. Now, Tyne Hunter down here has managed to pick up a magic wand, hasn't really done a whole lot for him at the moment. It's Crystal Maiden, she's got an early smoke. I'm just wondering if she's going to... I mean, she doesn't need... They've got this smoke to gank with, and they don't need it because their jungle target, Lycan, has come back to the lane, and their mid lane is just completely manhandling Queen of Pain. I mean, they don't even need to take the pressure off the bottom lane. Although it looks like they are deciding to. They're going to go mid again by the looks of it. Maybe they'll try and take this tower. Oh, I think they've got 7 wards out. Yeah, they're going to try and force engagement. And there's the Bottle Crow. Queen of Pain just leaving it on the floor there. Oh, no, there we go. Courier coming back together. I was wondering what the hell was going on there. And here comes the smoke gank. They're going to try and get this kill and then push the tower down. I think this is smart from them. Lycan has gone back to the jungle. There's the burrow stroke. Follow up the nukes. There's the frostbite. Queen of Pain blinks away as it finishes.
The frostbite was on a creep, I believe, and now Tanking in a lot of trouble.
Really? I thought that
hit Queen of Pain. I believe he actually frostbite a creep.
Maybe I've gone blind. Surely not. But anyway, Queen of Pain turning that around, getting a kill. But anyway, I think it's a decent trade. They pick up the tower kill. Sand King didn't need to die. But at the same time, at least they managed to push down that mid tower.
Yeah, and Lycan has been pressured so hard. He is now saying, okay, Queen of Pain, give me this mid lane for a bit. I need some farm. He's only level 4 and very, very poor.
Indeed, Queen of Pain not doing that well either. She has picked up her ult at level 6, so decided, alright, I need to be able to try and nuke down this raster. And she's about to lose her oh, did he steal it? No, not quite. Oh, he was going for the steal. He knew she's bottle crowing. I was like, yeah. I'll just go try and sneak this. I didn't quite manage to get it. Now, Crystal Maiden making motions in the jungle. I think she's asking for... Oh, no, they've seen her, actually. Have they? Oh, no, I think... Oh, she just jacks that creep there. Also takes out the wolves. I think she was waiting for her teammates to pop up. They didn't get there in time. Queen of Pain now camping this top row and just trying to keep it off the raster. I think she's sport boots as well. So you see the arrow go. Is he going to connect with anything? Doesn't look like it. I hear the burrow strike on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon has overextended. It does get hit by Frostbite. Cleaned up by a Starstorm. And they might try and continue on time. I don't know. He should be able to get away.
And MSI, they're not doing well at all in this bottom lane. Mirana farming, getting kill after kill. Not farming all that well, only 19 CS. The Batrider is actually farming the most at that top lane. He's going to get up a magic wand tread, probably start farming towards that blink dagger, but this could be the game where we see Batrider maybe control the game, and he's going to be a key hero for MSI, as they do need to create some space for Lycan to catch up. Yeah, well, I mean, the top lane, the top Radiant lane is the only lane that hasn't fed a lot of kills away. It looks like Crystal Maid now dropping a Frostbite on Queen of Pain. She responds with a Sonic Wave. Crystal Maid now responding with her own Crystal Nova. There is no backup for Queen of Pain, though. Really, Tyna's busy down there. And here come the stuns. Burrow Strike doesn't connect. As I see a few calls for showing the pings in the console. I will in a moment. Once this sort of action dies down a little bit, I will show you guys the pings. Never fret, as there the arrow comes out, Tyna to go get smacked in the arse bite. He's about to get drilled by a Burrow Strike as well, and gets cleaned up there by Mirana, giving her yet another kill, as she's now sitting on 4-0-2 at 8 minutes in. That is not looking good. Gold currently 3,500 in the dire favour. Experience about 2k as well. As Queen of Pain actually picks up a kill in mid, I think. Yep, she got a kill in mid. With the help of a couple of teammates there, but that's going to help out. Darkskin not having the best start. He has got a couple of deaths and 41 CS though, so he's actually got the high... Sorry, yeah, he's actually got the high CS in the game, but the 2 deaths will slow him down, as he's only got boots. Stout Shield does have 1,400 gold sitting in the bank. An arrow at bottom, finds Shadow Demon. Sanking Star stacks a bit, but not going to matter. The Starfault is there. Mega kill for the Mirana. And that's a lot of kills. There's Mirana 2k gold at just 9 minutes in.
And I did actually just check the ping, and well, MSI, I guess they could legitimately claim lag issues, because they are about 330, 350-ish for quite a few of them, I think. I know you guys, you guys have won European games. You've won games on USE servers against Europeans, so it's not that legitimate, but they could say that the ping is affecting their play. Much more adverse than LAN anyway, but still, Stars taking the other way from StarsBoba. They are playing pretty damn well this match. They're controlling all the lanes, and there have been some questionable decisions made by the Radiant team at the moment. And this is, I suppose, a good decision. I mean, I guess this is a good example of where the Dire decided, you know what, we don't need to ban Lycan because our lineup can handle him. We can interrupt, we can invade his jungle. If he tries to farm a lane, we'll just crack down on it with a really aggressive lane.
Oh, Shadow Shaman bought Boots of Travel as his first item, so not going to the Blink Tag. Instead, he's going to go for the Boots of Travel, so he can just TP anywhere on the map. This is not something you commonly see, but I think there's some merit to doing this, and that's going to give him, I mean, just sort of global presence, much like a Prophet has, where you can just keep anywhere on the map. Arrow going to go down bottom lane, finds Tidehunter in trouble, as Shadow Shaman is also TPing towards the bottom lane.
There we go, the Ravage gets popped out, the counter-attack now, Tidehunter goes down to a Crystal Nova, and unfortunately Shadow Shaman is here. The Firefly causing a lot of damage from Mirana. She leaps out though. There's a Hex down as I see another Burrow Strike. Mirana barely alive, does get banished. Sankey now trying to escape, getting drilled on by Creep. Will the Mirana illusions take her out? She might go down. No, she turns around, still taking damage. The Frostbite goes down to Shadow, and Mirana back in, taking some damage, just barely survives. 23 health, pops a magic wand, and Sankey also sneaking away there. Less than 20 health, it must have been, wow. StarsBoba playing it fine there. Really manning. I've got to say, you know, I would have barracked. I would have run there. I would not have had the balls to do that. Both the Mirana and the Sanking stayed for a very long time.
Yeah. Especially Mirana, you didn't even need to stay to get that kill, but Mirana just having such great hero control. And Lycan at mid does have the Vlads, does have 1k gold, so he's managed to catch up a little bit, and if he can get this tier 1 tower, that's going to help out MSI a bit to get back into this game, but the tier 2 tower at bottom, StarsBoba are just putting on pressure all over the map, using the Shadow Shaman pick very, very well.
As Niger Jellyfish asks, what is Arsar doing? He's co-casting on the Lat stream at the moment. He's doing the Russian broadcast for the GDM. Now, I noticed that Lycan has gone, you know what? Where is the safest place to swim? Underneath the belly of the shark. He is now using the enemy jungle to try and sneak some fun. And I mean, this is perfectly fine because, well, they are invading the Radiant jungle non-stop. They're in there all the time causing trouble. They've even watered it up so they can see where he is and try and kill him. But right now, who is that? Purple Bat Rider not being spotted up there. Lantern Arrow, though. There we go, 5 seconds. That is a very, very dead Queen of Pain.
This Mirana with these arrows has just been spot on. Great at setting up these kills, and now MSI are going to find CM at the top river. Lycan or Batrider should be able to get this kill. Oh, Surge. Perfect timing, and CM will live, and Batrider actually going to be in a bit of trouble here, as he's now going to have to try and look for an escape route.
Lycan was also giving chase there to CM, and he got taken out. He got killed as Batrider now trying to port out. Here comes the point blank arrow from running. Oh, no, Vacuum going to finish that. Prevent that from happening. Starstorm and Darkseer are going to clean that one up as well. Definitely a close call there from Sam, and I've got to say, Darkseer coming in there and save, with the surge save there, allowing him to back up safely. Very nice from him. Nice coordination, I've got to say. They've really been coordinating well. Basically, where their teammates are, they're there all the time. And I think they've only given away 4 kills at the moment. And one was the 1v1 up top, and I think there were a couple of overextensions in mid. There were a couple, I think, where they were just still having a little bit too hard.
Yeah. But right now, StarsBoba, 17 kills to 4. They're getting tower after tower, and we are going to see them continue maybe to push this top lane. The Shadow Shaman does have the ultimate up. He's going for the agony. No, he's going for a Bloodstone.
Wow.
Ooh, that's going to make him nice. That's going to make him a lot tankier and sort of solve all his mana problems. Except it doesn't really help much. It gives you a few stats, but nothing compared to what a Bloodstone gives in terms of HP mana and the mana regen. So that'll help him out a bit.
Well, mana is a huge issue for him. When you've got an ultimate that at level 3 costs like 600 mana, it is a pretty big, it is a huge drain, and a Bloodstone will definitely help him out quite a bit. Definitely an unconventional build, though. This is by far a very different build. As a chain's done, I'm not sure what Shadow Demon was doing there. 2v4. And 4 stuns amongst them, disables and stuff. I don't really, he was kind of carling it up there a bit. Really shouldn't have been there. But anyway, Mirana porting out to mid. Looks like they're not going to save that Tarantine. Lycan popping his ult, trying to run. Goes back in though, eats a stun. Crystal Maiden here as well. He does manage to take him down, but the Epicenter will probably finish him. Yes, he does get taken out. Queen of Pain, they're jumping. Here comes the Sonic Wave. Hits Crystal Maiden. Do we have the disables from Shadow Shaman? Yes, we do. There's the Shackle. Crystal Maiden now juggling back, trying to juke out. She's invisible. I think she popped an invisibility rune. And Crystal Maiden barely escaping them. Mirana also just walking past Queen of Pain, giving her a high five on the way. And she's going to drop an arrow. Will it connect? I don't think so. Queen of Pain dodging that. It looks like she's going to jump over the trees to escape. Though Darkseer is here as well. Actually, she could be in a... Oh, she's got a TP. She should be able to get out. If she just drops support.
She's going to realise that not in the best position here, and they will just TP out. But yeah, right now another kill. Lycan going down. They picked up the kill on the Sand King, but killing the Lycan probably a good trade, but it is obviously a kill going to MSI, who don't have too many in their hands at the moment.
They are struggling just a bit. I'm just looking at the CS right now. Jessica sitting on his Darkseer 60, 70, 71. He's done pretty well. There's a smoke gank coming from the Dire at the moment. They've got 3 heroes smoked up. I think Queen of Pain, Shadow Demon, and Titan. They might try and jump Mirana in mid. I'm not sure if it's going to work, though. There's a banish. Can they follow up before she leaps? I don't think they can. Rasta is here to back her up as well. I think it was mostly a waste of smoke. They might actually manage to jump. Shadow Shaman, he is relatively tanky, though. His soul booster is down. The arrow comes through. 5 seconds stun there on the Queen of Pain. There is the counter ravage. Shadow Shaman still very low. Pops his magic wand. Mirana leaping out, and Shadow Demon now getting into the mix. The Hex goes down. Here comes another Burrow Strike. Crystal Nova. Batrider wades in. They are going to manage to take out Tidehunter. Also Queen of Pain. Somehow, Rasta is still alive. Nope, there's the Firefly. Gets run over by that Batrider, and he goes down. The Surge now on the teammates. I think that was Sand King getting taken out. Oh, Sand King. Burrow strikes in. They manage to find him. The arrow misses, but do they have vision? Vacuum, no. Fires out the cocktail. Batrider is all sorts of stuck. Mirana now getting the high ground vision. In fact, there we go. Sand King could have just sat there with the Sandstorm and go, you know what? No, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck. You're screwed. Meanwhile, a gank there on Crystal Maiden. She drops the Frostbite on the Shadow Demon, who is flat out of mana and no way to recharge. Crystal Nova as well. Crystal Maiden on the offensive. Also being backed up by Sand King, an aggressive
There's the offensive urn. And Shadow Demon should go down here. I mean, Crystal Maiden, is there going to be one more right click? Oh!
She doesn't have enough for Nova. Doesn't have enough for Nova.
Now Sand King and CM are actually in a bit of trouble here. Queen of Pain does have the ulti. Sand King should drop. No, Queen of Pain going to give up on the kill, so...
I'm not...
Sand King, no, he stays around, and Lycan going to run on in. As MSI do manage to find a couple kills.
Not sure what he was doing. I mean, he could just burrow strike in the trees and then teleport it out, so... I'm not dead sure what he was up to. I think maybe he thought he had reinforcements coming possibly, but I mean, either way, not a huge turnaround, but definitely... At this point in time, MSI, they need anything and everything that they can take, so it probably feels good for them to get a couple of kills off like that. But they are about 7,500 gold experience behind, and a good, well, another 7,500 gold behind as well. So it's looking pretty grim for them.
Yeah, it is looking grim for them, but they've got some nice mid-game heroes. With the Tide of the Queen of Pain, two great AoE teamfight heroes. If they can get Batriders to maybe isolate, pick off a key hero, such as that Shadow Shaman, they could manage to find a team fight to go in their favor. Lycan, though, going for a Necrobook. He has the Necrobook level 1. If he can get that up to level 2, level 3 fairly quickly, that will help him out a lot in these team fights as well. As Lycan, though, will get found at mid. The wards go down. The Hex, the Shackle, Lycan will drop. Yeah,
pretty easy. Also should mention, Sand King has got that Blink Dagger. It's going to be pretty scary. Even going to this mid game, obviously Lycan got a bit of firepower mid-game, but we have got a Sand King who could really do with the level 2 ult, but still. Even level 1 is going to cause havoc because they're not prepared. You look at their lineup, we've got no mech, no pipe, not even a cloak amongst teams, so they're definitely not prepared for the big blink striking epicenters being dropped, especially when we've got like a Darkseer on the team to vacuum them in, hold them in. If he gets a vacuum in, the epi comes in, and then a burrow strike. I mean, it's just lights out. There's a lot of AoE firepower right about now on the Dire side. And I mean, they've still got the Shadow Charm as well, the Serpent Wards. Can they even deal with that? I don't honestly think they can.
Yeah, it's just, there's too much pushing power, and they're not able to clear them out quick enough. Batrider does have a Blink Dagger now, so maybe you can use that to pick up a hero like the Shadow Shaman before he drops the wards. If they do try to go push to the base, Batrider can blink in, grab the Shadow Shaman, take him out before he casts a spell. That's going to be their only way, as I can see, to win these fights, as StarsBoba looks like they want to take out Roshan.
As I see people cracking down on the racism in the chat, oh dear. I'm gonna say, guys, there is a difference between calling a team bad and being racist. You may need to figure it out before Corral bans you. It would not be a bad idea. Now the Wolves scanning out this Rosh. I don't think that there's much that MSI can do about it. Although Queen of Batrider's there, he might actually.
Batrider's there.
He might try and sneak in.
Is he going to try and steal it? Yeah, he could just die twice if he does. He's going to Firefly, grab the Shadow Shaman. They need to take him out quickly. Queen of Pain vacuum, Sand King, Sun, and Batrider will drop. The City Center was there. And StarsBoba, massive team fight going their way so far, although they have lost Shadow Shaman.
I don't know if it's entirely going their way, as it looks like Mariah having to back at the Burrow Strike in again from Sand King. It looks like Lycan is trying to get this kill on the Roshan. The Radiant do get the kill. Did they get the Aegis? I think they did, as it looks like Shadow Demon's been taken out. We're going to lose poor old Titan, and he does go down, and now it looks like, oh, I'm not sure if this was worth it in the end. I suppose they did at least keep the Aegis out of the Dire hands, and they got the Roshan kill, but they did trade 5 heroes. But I don't know, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, where if you let them get it, let them get the free Rosh, let them get the Aegis, and you're down to base towers, you're down to Rax towers, you're probably going to lose next team fight, get a Rax. Do you think it was worth trading 5 hero kills for that?
No, not really, but I definitely agree with you though. It's one of those do or die moments. If they sit back, say, okay, we can't really stop them Roshan, we're not going to go to fight, let's just give them the Aegis. Like you said, they're only down to base towers. It's basically accepting their own defeat, because Shadow Shaman, once they get the Aegis up, Shadow Shaman now getting close to the level 3 ultimate, and it's getting really tanky. They're just going to start losing their base slowly, and with Shadow Shaman wards to take down the towers, the barracks. They basically said, okay, we've got to make something happen, even if this is not a good fight, let's just try and hope that we can maybe get some good positioning there. It didn't go their way, but it was definitely a fight they just had to risk. Yeah,
it's like, you've got to chill. Like, the alternative is you're going to lose. You will 100% lose, so it's like, alright, it's time. We've got to make some crazy plays. We know we're going to lose otherwise, and these might work if we get lucky. If not, well, the alternative was losing. So, this couldn't get any worse. Let's just try and make something happen. In the end, well, I mean, they got the Rosh kill. They kept the Aegis off them. So, I mean, it could have gone worse. It really could have gone worse. They could have all died, not got the Aegis, not got the Rosh kill. So, it sort of did mitigate it a little bit. But at the same time, did give them, the Dire team, a huge experience boost. Thanks to all. And I think Mirana, oh wow, she's actually going for a Lincoln's. I find that a little weird. I mean, she's had so much control, so I don't think she really needs the other defensive skill. But I guess maybe she doesn't want to get picked off by the lasso. That's about all I've got there.
Yeah, it does help against the list too. But right now, I think it kind of works because it does help the Mirana become a bit tankier, a bit harder to kill. And the way they're playing right now, StarsBoba, they don't care about farm. They don't care about their late game carries. They're just being aggressive mid lane. Nice vacuum. The ward drops go down. Tide will drop. They might not be able to pick up anyone else though. And now with those wards gone, it is going to be a bit harder to push on into the Radiant base. So they may have to show them play this fairly safe as they don't want to fight without those surf wards.
Just looking through the lineup at the moment, looking for a pipe and a mech. I can't see either. They do have an urn, that's always useful, but no pipe and mech. Of course, they did rush the travels as well as the blinks. As I see a Surge, the Purge go down on top of Shadow Shaman. He is relatively tanky though. Does the Bat goes in, pops the Firefly, pops the Lasso. The Queen of Pain Sonic Wave gonna clean up Rasta there. Shadow Demon probably also gonna go down, but they might get Darkseid here. He's taking a fair bit of damage. Queen of Pain giving chase, throws down one more nuke, brings it down, but she goes straight onto an arrow. The wards are gone though. Can they get Queen of Pain? It looks like she's about to go down. Crystal Nova, and now Batrider as well getting caught out, but there goes Lycan, and here is Tide under. He's got Ravage up, pops it, hits Mirana. Crystal Maiden escaping though. Looks like she'll walk away. Moonlight Shadow being popped, but it's not going to save her. As they might actually go for this though. I mean, they've got an invisible Sankey. Oh, DD Sankey.
They popped just the smoke, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's not actually an invis. They just pop smoke there. Sankey actually gets himself revealed, and now Lycan will start his way in, but they're not going to go for the kill. Yeah, just going to pop the Sandstorm and play it safe. Lycan did manage to get that kill there, and he's up to a Necrobook 2, getting close to that level 3 Necrobook. And I mean, once they have the level 3 Necrobook, they can get a nice Tide Ravage in these fights with the Batrider. I think they're still looking at. They're obviously quite far behind, but I think they can hold out for a bit as long as they can pick off the Shadow Shaman or force Shadow Shaman. Like we saw there, Shadow Shaman didn't have the wards when they pushed into the base, and that made it really hard for StarsBoba to push on in.
Indeed, indeed. I'm just worrying, yeah, I mean, they've got a huge advantage. They could just sit back for a bit and just go, you know what, let's just farm a little bit. Maybe they're kind of worried that Lycan might sort of hit critical mass. He will, well, he's got that Necro book now. I mean, if he gets the BKB or something next, he will be looking kind of scary, although then again, Mirana, because I mean, Mirana doesn't have that much damage yet. They really, most of the damage right now, it's coming out of the nukes, it's coming out of Shadow Shaman's wards, like you said. If they don't have that, it is very difficult, because I mean, yeah, without that, they don't have the DPS, and they didn't have Epicenter in there to help them out either. Of course, Sankey still, well, ended that engagement with Epicenter off, like, still off cooldown. Didn't use it.
Yeah. And they've still got that. If they want to push on in here, they're going to find the Shadow Demon at bottom with a Burrow Strike, and now the Shadow Shaman coming in. Does have the boost of travel. He is going to easily catch up here. Or I believe it will.
Well, phase boost being popped.
Oh yeah, with the phase boost, giving pretty much similar movement speed to the boost of travel, but now the counter gank coming in. MSI not going to manage to find anything here, and this ward by StarsBoba in the MSI base is really going to help them out know where heroes are.
Let's see how much vision it can actually get. And it's not too bad. Yeah, if they want to push bottom, that's really useful. It doesn't. I guess actually it gives a little bit of vision on the mid tower as well. That's actually, yeah, you're right. That is pretty damn good. If they drop some trees as well, it wouldn't hurt. But I don't think they've got. Yeah, actually, no, I mean, if they threw some vacuums up in the high ground, they could knock down those trees. Would give them a lot better vision, just because those trees are obstructing a lot of the vision by the top racks. But I mean, either way, at the moment, it is doing a lot of good work there, and it's something they just could do in the future. But StarsBoba, well, Mirana, she really needs a damage item at the moment, because, well, she's going to have good defense. She's almost got a. She should have her Lincolns up very soon, unless it's on the way, I think. As I heard a Batrider going there, so that's still Mirana. That's exactly why she wants that Lincolns. Gets obliterated. A nice pick up there. A big fail Ravage though. Oh no!
And they're going to turn this around. Oh, screwed here, and they're going to walk into an epicenter. Batrider will go down as well. Shadow Demon. Oh, Sand King gets the epicenter of his life. Mirana buys back, in fact, and they're going to look to push this out with the Mirana buyback.
That was a huge opportunity for MSI to turn things around, and the foul Ravage and the fact that he chased after him. Oh, that's really messed things up, and they may well lose this rack. They lost 3 heroes up to that epicenter pretty much. Right, as you said, ball back. She's moving back down the mid lanes now. She'll be with the next wave, as it looks like. Who is that getting obliterated? Lycan just getting shut down by way too many disables. Glyph gets popped, the fort's up, but it's not going to last for long enough. We're going to have Tidehunter back up in 4 seconds, but it doesn't matter because he's missing Ravage. And really, the ones that matter right now, Queen of Pain, her ult is down. They're going to lose this rack. Batrider also really matters. He's still dead for another 10 seconds. And unfortunately, I think we can just throw this game down to the foul Ravage. It is like, I mean, that is pretty much, like, obviously StarsBoba had a huge lead, but that was the wide open window that StarsBoba wanted to try and take a rack, that foul Ravage. Especially after that good pick off for MSI. Very disappointing as we see, unfortunately, another We see another Danish go down, and we might see, yeah, Rasta's going to get taken out. Shadow, oh, Darkseid just going to run away as well. But, I mean, they got what they came for. They got the racks. And in fact, they're also busy sweeping the top one as well.
They're going to chip away there. I think they're going to back off. They're not going to commit to this. They lost the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman will be back in 10 seconds, though. Because of that Bloodstone, he respawns so damn quick. And he can actually TP right back into the fight. So getting the Bloodstone with the Boots of Travel, there's some awkward sort of gimmicky synergy there. But it kind of works. You can see now, Shadow Shaman already respawned, can TP back in. Kind of... Well, it's like what? An ineffective buyback.
That's how Mineski at the international. That's how they beat Tai Lu. Not Tai. It was Nirvana China. It was just Mirana. She bought Boots of Travel and Amanda Style. That's all she bought. The rest of the game was just buybacks. And every time she died, buyback, teleport straight back into the fight. And it did what they needed to. So I agree. There is some kind of synergy there, and it is viable. Maybe it is definitely a fringe choice. It's not the mainstream choice, but I think there is some merit to it. Definitely. You can see the port coming Rasta now, trying to put pressure on this bottom lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, well, Sand King appears to be working a pipe. I noticed the Radiant had a pipe. I'm not sure who picked it up, though. Who was it? Was it Bat? Shadowed him? I swear I saw a pipe get popped. Maybe the Dire have a pipe, and I was retarded. Oh, it is the Dire. Darkseid's got the pipe, actually.
Okay. Batrun's trying to build a BKB. He's actually level 15, so Batrun's had a decent game here. We're going to see Queen of Pain building, or actually finished the Aghanim Scepter. So they've got up some nice items here. They're going to thank Sand King. Tidehunter is the one who gets initiated on the stun there. The arrow, he does manage to crack it, and Epicenter gets a bit wasted there. And they will pop the Ravage, hits 3 heroes as Queen of Pain blinks out just in time. And now Lycan in the middle with the Necro Book as well as the Ulti Form. Going to try and chase down the CM, but I don't think he can get this kill. As they're going to turn around, try and go on the Lycan. And no one has actually dropped despite all that's going down.
As we find Sand King gets a kill on Titan, he was chasing him back, finally brought him down, as it looks like Lycan might escape, although there goes the Hex. I hear it, who is to turn into a chicken? Batrider has been chickenfied, as he's now Firefly trying to run away, getting dropped though, gets drilled, as also Shadow Demon getting cleaned up there as well. And Lycan is still somehow alive, managed to escape, slip through there. But I mean... Mirana
dying at Roshan to a Starfall, so there are four Radiant heroes going down, and now... even without the Shadow Shaman wards, I think they might be able to push on in.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy for them right about now. And I mean, the ultimate irony there, the 5-second arrow from Rana releasing Tidehunter from his stun. Really did waste the Epicenter quite a bit, although Lycan's now just, he's got one teammate up, but it's not going to be fast enough. They don't even have the glyph, I don't think. Let me double check. Yeah, no glyph at the moment, no fortification. They're not going to be able to do anything about this. It's going to be a very easy racks for StarsBoba, I think. There we go. Titan moving in, does get stunned by the Burrow Strike. Kristen over as well. Arrow hits one of the wolves, actually, protecting Tidehunter. Gets in the way, but looks like he gets shackled. He's in a lot of trouble. Will get burned down there. The Necro Book has been popped, but it's not really doing enough at this stage in the game. It is, of course, nearly 30 minutes in the game. It was a little bit late for start there on the Shadow Demon. He gets pulled out of position. Batrider moves in. Is going to try and drag him back to his doom, I think. Although it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Queen of Pain dropping the Sonic Wave. And Rasta quite happy to sit in that Firefly. Does get cleaned up. The heal's getting thrown down there on top. Oh, Snappy Artstar calls out public match. That's a pretty big burn. Ouch. Ouch.
The great StarsBoba. Oh man, they are up 43-17, and this is just the style of play they use. They love to focus on getting kills. Much like the teams like Mineski, it's not all about playing that sort of organized pushing style. They love to just go for the kills, get the early lead simply by putting on non-stop ganks onto their opponents. They're now up 4 racks to none, and with this they're going to look to push down this top lane. They've got the Serpent Wards up, and this could be the final crushing blow for MSI-Evo.
I think it's pretty much all over bar the shouting at this point. It is going to be very difficult for them to come back. Lycan is not nearly half as far as he wants to be at the 30-minute mark, I think. I mean, look, he's still trying to get boots. He had to cut the boots from the build. He's been that poor at the moment. He's gone for the O Club. Looks like he's trying to get a BKB up and running. As it looks like he's about to get boxed in there. Who is that? That's Purple. Darkseer trying to get stuck in. The ward's thrown in. I think they've trapped Darkseer instead. Now we've got Lycan waiting in the cocktail, managing to free. The Flame Break managed to free Darkseer there. Crystal Maiden dropping the freezing field. And down goes Tidehunter, Batrider, and Lycan. And a Hex there on Shadow Demon. He will get cleaned up as well. Looks like Queen of Pain the only one to escape. And here come the Mega Creeps, gods.
Oh yeah, and with the Mega Creeps, this game should be pretty much over now. There's nothing that MSI can do, and with that, we're going to go into our next game, which is going to be MSI versus SM.
Space Monkeys! What a name. Space Monkeys. And I'm just going to let this ride out because obviously, as you said, people get mad if I don't show them the score screen at the end. So I will just let this ride out.
Top barracks has fallen. The Dire now have mega creeps.
Well, MSI off to a shaky start. Hopefully they can pick it up for the next match because, well, that was, I'm going to hand it out there though. They were lagging a bit, but still, it's not the ultimate excuse for everything. There is that, and we've seen teams such as AL deal with very big lag before. Very, very big lag and still come out on top. I mean, what do you think in this situation? Do you think it was just sort of an outdrafting thing where they couldn't really have fought back that well? Or do you think there was something MSI could have done different to turn this match around?
I think, even with the draft in the lanes, that StarsBoba just played it a lot better. That tri-lane at bottom really got on top of the tied CM lane from the start. Like and then decided to lane for a bit to try to go tri-lane versus tri-lane, but the tri-lane with the CM stanking and Marana just had a lot more killing power. But I mean, for me, and the big difference was the mid lane. Queen of Pain got kind of manhandled by the Shadow Shaman, and that just was the crushing blow. A couple of solo kills, and Queen of Pain just could not really roam the map like Queen of Pain would want to do.
Yeah, and in fact, like it, I think he was originally trying to jungle. He was in there trying to jungle, but like we saw, I mean, he had his easy camp locked, and then Sankey and Crispman just would not get out of his face. So he's like, well, this isn't going to work. I got no camps to kill. I'm just gonna go to lane. But guys, you've been watching the GDM, the Gigabyte Dota Masters Tournament. This is, of course, actually, I'm not even sure which group. This is Group B. Yeah, Group B.
This is a group, quote unquote, group of death. With Orange, MUFC, LGD. It no longer has CLC, but it's still a pretty scary group with MSI as well as StarsBoba, although I mean, neither team looking as strong as we've seen some of the Chinese teams look, as well as teams like Orange and MUFC have looked in the past. So we'll have to wait and see just whether or not they'll sort of improve throughout the tournament.
Yeah, we'll see. Of course, this is MSI's first match, so there's a long way to go. And of course, top 4 go through, so they're not out by any means of the stretch, but they will definitely need to pick it up a bit. But guys, thanks for watching. Also, stay tuned because, of course, we have got MSI-EvoGT versus Space Monkeys coming up right next.